All right, guys. So we are going to begin our first unit on Learning Target. That's what LT stands for. So Learning Target 1A. I can add and subtract integers. Okay, so if you haven't already done so, please get a piece of paper and a pencil so that you can take notes and write down everything you see on the screen. All right, so an integer is a whole number that is not a fraction and there is no decimal. So it's a whole number that is not a fraction or a decimal. For example, counting numbers, so like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, on and on. 0 is an example of an integer. Other examples are also the negatives of the counting numbers. So -1, -2, -3, -4, and so on. So make sure to have this written down. If I'm talking too fast, you can pause the video to give yourself enough time to write down everything you see on the screen. A negative number or a negative integer is a number less than 0. Therefore, a positive integer is a number greater than 0. Zero is neither negative or positive. So 0 is unique in that feature that it's neither negative or positive. So let's say we're looking at a number line. Here is 0. The numbers get larger to the right of 0. So they are positive integers or positive numbers. Numbers that are to the left of 0, they get smaller as you move further away from 0, or they are negative numbers. So positive numbers are to the right of 0, and the numbers get larger. Negative numbers are to the left of 0 and get smaller the further they move away from 0. So some of the words that you may see that will tell you whether a number is negative or positive. So negative numbers, you might see the word minus, decreased, subtract, less, withdrawn. So like if you withdraw money from the bank, or if you lose money. Some words that will tell you if a number or an integer is positive are add, more, increased, rose, like it rises, rose or rise. It rose, so your bank account may have rose 3% profit. I don't know. But rose means to increase or get larger. Deposit, if you put money into your bank account, your balance or the amount of money you have increases. So it's positive. And then gain. These are all words that will tell you if a number is positive or negative. So let's take a look at some examples of adding integers. Okay. So the rule of thumb is that if it has the same sign, add and keep. Different signs, subtract. Keep the sign of the larger digit, then it will be exact. So let's take a look and see what that means. So if you have two numbers that have the same sign, you want to add and keep, all right? If they're different signs, you want to subtract. So let's take a look at number 1. We have -4 and +10. The signs are different, so we want to subtract. So 10 minus 4 is 6. So different signs, subtract. Keep the sign of the larger digit, then it will be exact. So 10 is the larger digit. So it's positive, so our answer is going to be +6. Let's take a look at number 2. Different signs, subtract. So we have a -6 and a +12. We have two different signs, so we're going to subtract. 12 minus 6 equals 6. And again, keep the sign of the larger digit, then it will be exact. So 12 is larger than 6. 12 is positive, so our answer again is going to be +6. Number 3. We have different signs. We have +11 and -11. So we want to subtract the two numbers. 11 minus 11 is 0. And 0 is neither positive nor negative, so this is our final answer. 11 plus -11 equals 0. All right, same sign. You want to add and keep. Okay, so number 4 has -3 plus a -10. So our signs are the same. They are both negative. When your signs are the same, you want to add the numbers together. So 3 plus 10 is 13. And then you want to keep the sign. Since they're both negative, your answer is also going to be negative. So our answer is -13. Number 5, we have -4 plus 8. 8's positive, so we have a negative and a positive. The signs are different, so we need to subtract the two numbers. 8 minus 4 equals 4. And then you want to keep the sign of the larger digit. 8's bigger than 4. 8 is positive, so our answer is positive. Okay, let's take a look at some examples of subtracting. So the rule for subtracting integers is you want to add a line and change the sign. So -4 minus 9, we're going to add a line here. And then we're going to change the sign from +9 to -9. I'll rewrite it. -4 plus -9. Okay, so when you're subtracting, you want to add a line and change the sign. And then you want to follow the adding rules. So remember, the signs are the same. We have two negative numbers. So you want to add the numbers together. 4 plus 9 equals 13. And then you want to keep the sign. They're both negative, so our answer is also going to be negative. Okay. Number 2, -10 minus 7. We want to add a line. I'm going to make this plus, and then we're going to change the sign of the last number. So I'll rewrite it. We have -10 plus -7. So again, and then we want to follow the adding rules. -10 plus -7. We have two negative numbers, so we're going to add these numbers together. 10 plus 7 is 17. Add them together and keep the sign. They're both negative, so our answer is also going to be negative, -17. We want to add a line and change the sign, so we're going to add a line. Oops, it's going to be plus. And then we want to change the sign. This -12 is going to become +12. So I'll rewrite it. We have 12 plus 12. So they're both positive, so this is just basic addition. 12 plus 12 is 24, and that's our answer. Okay. We want to add a line and change the sign. So we're going to add a line here. You don't touch the first number, you only change the minus to a plus, and then you want to change the sign of the number after the operation. So this -3 is going to change to +3. Okay, and we'll rewrite it. -6 plus 3. You want to do the adding rule, so we have a negative and a positive. So we need to subtract the two numbers. 6 minus 3 is 3. And then you want to take the sign of the bigger number. 6 is bigger than 3. 6 is negative, so our answer is going to be negative. Finally, we have -6 minus 10. So we are going to add a line. And we're going to change the sign. So this +10 is going to become -10. I'm just going to rewrite this. -6 plus -10. So we have two negative numbers. Our signs are the same. So we're going to add the numbers together. 6 plus 10 is 16. And we're going to keep the sign because they're both negative, and this is going to be -16. Okay. So make sure to take notes. Feel free to pause or rewind to rewatch something if you missed it or don't understand. And we'll do more practice together in class.